finding our way through Ellis. A beautiful pass to Froling.
Oh, what an answer by Olsen.
Oh, and a wonderful steal from Talbot. Takes it all the way down the floor. So we see Fagan for two. We'll share it around. Try and get the best foot. Woods inside to Fowler. So they've dominated this third quarter as Soa knocks it down for three.
Hello and welcome to the South Australia State Basketball Centre, where the Adelaide Lightning host the Townsville Fire tonight, who are on the hunt for a top two finish this WNBL season. But they'll have to take on the Lightning tonight without a couple of stars, with Courtney Woods and Lauren Cox out with injury. Can the Lightning cause an upset on their home floor, or will the Fire bounce back from a loss to Bendigo on New Year's Eve to kick off 2026 on a winning note? Jess Webster with you tonight in commentary alongside former WNBL player and coach Larissa Anderson. Larissa, welcome to you. It really is do or die for Adelaide. Mathematically, they're a chance of making finals, but they have to take a scalp along the way.
Hi, Jess. Yeah, they absolutely do. It is do or die for Adelaide. They're probably really disappointed with how inconsistent they've been this season, so they've got to leave it all out there today against Townsville.
And welcome also to WNBL champion and Olympian Rachel Jarry. Rach, a couple of big losses to the Fire tonight, so their depth are going to be tested.
Yeah, we've talked about their depth all season, and it is going to be tested, but they do, have the talent that they can withstand those losses. But yeah, it's the playmaking of Courtney Woods that they're missing at the moment, so I'm expecting a few plays to step up.
So an intriguing battle ahead of us tonight. The final member of our commentary team courtside, four-time Olympian Laura Hodges, and she went into the Adelaide camp and caught up with their captain, Steph Talbot, a few moments ago.
Well, Steph, you're one of the most competitive people I know, and it's been 4 tough games. What's the biggest improvement that you want to see today from your team?
I think we've seen growth in our principles, especially defensively, and what we want to work on. So consistency in them, and stop talking about wanting to do them and actually do them.
And Townsville have had the upper hand against you the last 2 times you've played them, but it's usually been 1 quarter and it's the 3rd quarter. Have you guys discussed that as a group?
We haven't really yet. We're taking, I guess, quarter by quarter at a time. They're down a couple players tonight, but that means they'll have some other players looking to really step up, so it can sometimes be a bit scary, but we're just thinking about first quarter at the moment and go bit by bit.
And who's the big one to stop for them tonight?
I think Meal is their top scorer, so she'll be big, but then their 2 post players will also be keys to stopping as well.
Well, good luck at home for the first game of the new year, and have a great one.
Thank you.
Some great insights there from Steph Talbot, coming off a double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds in their loss to Perth earlier this round. They've lost their past 2 to Townsville by a combined 60 points. So no doubt wanting to rectify a few things tonight. Steph Talbot always leading the way for her side, averaging the 15 points, 6.5 rebounds and 5 assists per game. So a massive challenge for the Adelaide Lightning tonight, coming up against the Townsville Fire, currently sitting in 2nd position on the ladder. And earlier today, pre-game, Laura Hodges also caught up with one of their best players this season, in Alex Fowler.
Alex, thanks for being with us today. New Year's Eve wasn't the best game, but you must have some good learnings from that. What do you want to take away from that loss?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, none of our shots are dropping, and I mean that's not an excuse for us. But I think that Bendigo are a top team. The way they play, they're so disciplined. They play so well together as a group, and they just flow naturally. And I think for us to stay within, we were down 20 at one point. We could have given up, but I think we did well to get back into the game and kind of keep it to 12. A lot to learn from that game too. We still got half a season to go, so I think it was a good challenge. But also, we got to be better than that. And I think us missing all our shots, hopefully the next time we come up against them, we have a better compete with them and make the shots that time.
And you've had the upper hand against the Lightning the last 2 times you've played. You've got a few injuries. Do you think much will change for the momentum for this game?
Yeah, I think the injuries definitely is something we got to consider. A lot of players now have to step up, which is cool. It's a good opportunity for them, and I think Adelaide are a great team. They got so much talent and depth, and I think for us, we just have to lock in and get back to what we do. At the start of the season, we were moving the ball so well, finding open players. We just knew the ins and outs of our offense, and I think for us, we got to get back to that and find our rhythm again. And defensively as well, we got to find ways to stop Talbot. We got to find ways to stop Dallas. And Fagan too, because they're all great players, and I think if we can kind of contain them, we'll hopefully, down the track see how we go, but I think we can get a win.
Well, you had an amazing 2025. Good luck for 2026 and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
So just 3 losses to the Townsville Fire this WNBL season, a 6-point loss to the Flyers in round 3, a 16-point loss to Perth in round 9, and that 12-point loss on New Year's Eve to Bendigo. So they want to kick off 2026 on a winning note tonight in the absence of a couple of big-name stars in Courtney Woods and Lauren Cox. But the atmosphere is building at the State Basketball Centre. They love supporting the Adelaide Lightning as they have done all season. So let's check in courtside with our 4-time Olympian, Laura Hodges. Laura.
Thanks, Jess. It's great to be back at the State Basketball Centre. The Adelaide Lightning's first home game for 2026. But the battle that I'm looking forward to is the battle of the bigs, Sanaya Fagan and Alex Fowler. They both have to stay out of foul trouble, and that's the key matchup I want to watch, and it's going to be a great game.
Thanks so much, Laura. Looking forward to this one. Your starting 5 on the screen: Whitaker, Lockridge, Rabati, Fagan and Whitaker for the Lightning. And for the Fire, Soa, Frolling, Fowler, Ellis and Olsen. Almost ready to go here at the State Basketball Centre. Larissa, Rach, what do we expect to see play out tonight?
Well, look, I think we're just, hoping for a really good game. But I think Adelaide, we said it's their do or die game. They really need to come out with the energy. And I feel like every time Adelaide play, we say the same thing, but they need to rebound and look after the ball. They're not a great rebounding team, and they're the worst team at looking after it with over 17 turnovers. So to be able to get themselves extra possessions in those 2 stats is a huge key.
So here we go, underway in Adelaide. The Lightning taking on the Fire. Olsen shares it with Ellis. A lot of good matchups to watch out for tonight. As Talbot gets a hand in there, breaks it up, and it goes out of play.
I'm really keen to see Townsville, how they adjust without having Woods for maybe a couple more games and without Cox for the rest of the season. They've got the depth to cover it. You'd love to see, I personally love to see Fowler and Horvat really step up today. They've got the depth. These games give the depth a chance to really step up and get some extra experience and minutes.
Aja Paramama, the interim coach of Adelaide Lightning, barking instructions from the sideline. You get the feeling they sense a real opportunity tonight. If you're ever going to take down Townsville, maybe tonight's the night with a couple of big-name players out. Currently sitting in 6th position are the Lightning with a 4-11 record. Soa hands it off to Olsen. She puts it up on the buzzer and gets the first points of the night.
Tough finish, lovely finish. Nice start for the Fire.
See how Adelaide can settle at their offensive end. Fagan with strength, but she loses it. Fast run down the other end. Soa from outside the arc. Can't get it to go. It's knocked towards Talbot.
How quick is Soa's release?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It feels like it gets quicker every game.
She's averaging the 18 points per game, Mila Soa, so far this season.
Yeah, she's having a fantastic season. Look, Adelaide have had 2 really nice touches inside and just a little bit of fumble, but I do like that they're going in there.
You feel they've got to be aggressive tonight?
Absolutely, they have to be aggressive. And with Cox out, Towns will lose a little bit more height, so that's a chance for Adelaide to capitalise off that.
Ellis shares it with Fowler and then gets it back, takes on Whitaker off the glass for 2.
Lovely finish on her left there, really good take. Alice will be disappointed in her last game against Bendigo, so I'm expecting her to, pardon the pun, fire up. Not actually meaning that, but yeah, she would really want to have a big game tonight.
Yeah, just the 3 points against the Spirit for Abby Ellis, who averages the 11 per game. Here's Fagan from in the corner, knocks it down for an early confidence booster.
She likes the corner 3.
She does, and it just makes her pick and roll so hard to guard. They try and switch and move out, but then, your screener can flare out to the 3-point line and hit a shot like that.
Some nice active hands from the Lightning early on here. I mean, you heard Talbot before the game say they've got to start actually playing the defence, not just talking about it. So I think they'll be happy so far with a few deflections.
Abby Ellis has Talbot for company, swings it across to Fowler. Drives her way inside, draws the foul. how does the loss of Courtney Woods and Lauren Cox change this Fire side? We've got Courtney Woods averaging the 14 points per game, 7 assists as well. She's so good at leading her side, and Lauren Cox off the bench averaging the 7 points and 6 games as well. And don't forget, we are halfway through the WNBL26 season, so don't miss your chance to catch a game live this summer. It's a perfect family day out, packed with energy, atmosphere and unforgettable moments. There's nothing like being in the crowd and part of the action. So make sure you scan the QR code on your screen now or visit WNBL.com.au to get your tickets. Back to that conversation about the Fire. How does it actually change the way they go about things?
Well, personally, we talked about their depth. For me, I'd love to see, I think Fowler is one of those players that's so impressive, and she tends to just take what she gets. This is an opportunity for her to be a lot more aggressive. Great start again by the Fire, which leads to an early timeout by the Lightning. But I'd love to see Fowler step up a bit more. And Horvat's been injury plagued. She is a quality player now coming in off the bench who now gets more opportunity.
So Milasoa, back-to-back triples, and was forced an early timeout here. Townsville by 6, 2.5 minutes into this first quarter.
It's a bit of a coach killer, isn't it, Rach? If there's one player you cannot leave on the 3, it's Soa.
Absolutely. And in transition, she's in rhythm. She's been able to get, you know, her feet set. Easy shot.
So pre-game, Laura Hodges caught up with the coach of the Townsville Fire, Shannon Seabohm, and here he is speaking about the couple of big-name losses tonight and how they are going to go against Adelaide and what they're hoping for.
Like we're obviously playing without Woody and now Lauren Cox, and it's going to be an adjustment for us. But you know, we feel like we've got enough to be able to win games, and I think we just need to honestly play a bit better. So, you know, the girls are aware of that. We sort of know what we need to do, and you know, today is obviously about winning the game, but more so than that, it's about trying to play better basketball and get back to the brand that we want to play with.
So back to their brand, the key message there from Shannon Seabohm. What do you think the biggest takeaway was from their 12-point loss against Bendigo last round?
Well, I just think it's, you know, they need to go back to their ball movement, and we've seen teams in recent weeks have success against them with a switching defense and mixing things up. And Townsville are generally good at being able to read that and make plays off it. Without Courtney Woods, it makes it tougher for them. So it's just about the players stepping up with their IQ, making the right decisions. And we've already seen they've been able to get some open shots, which, you know, we know that they are going to knock down.
It's always an adjustment, isn't it, a game or two when you lose a player like that?
It's a heart and soul player.
Aggressive move by Steph Talbot. See if she can finish it off.
Townsville also had a night to forget from the field too, though. They had a shocker, and Bendigo shot over 50-something% from the 3. So that's not going to do you much good either.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Townsville shooting 28% from the field very often this season.
Let's head courtside to Laura Hodges with an update from that last time out.
Yes, I was in the Lightning timeout, and Aja was not happy with the 3 turnovers in the first 4 possessions. She said that Townsville are going to be scrappy. You have to look after the ball and execute. So she was very, 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 I would say quite stern with her talk, because that's what they'd spoken about before the game.
Okay, thanks, Laura. So an animated Adelaide coach. That last time out, let's see if they can rectify things in this next little period. Townsville by 4, they work it into the corner for Fowler.
For me, this is going to be a big, big focus for Adelaide. They're the worst rebounding team in the league against the second best in Townsville. Adelaide need to do a better job on the rebounds. You can see already giving up offensive boards.
Yeah, and that's what happens. You give them 3 opportunities. Milasoa steps into it. Easy top of the key 3.
They'll punish you.
Lockridge hands it off to Brazel. Talbot to Fagan.
Oh, yep.
Defense from Olsen, but they still work it out to Talbot. Draws contact.
Took a little bit too long to recognise that then. Great post up by Talbot. She is a strong, taller guard. It's a good option.
And really, other than Lockridge, they are, you know, quite bigger and stronger in those guard positions in this game. They've gone quite tall, Adelaide, so it's something that they need to continue to take advantage of.
Soa just asking the question there. I have to admit, Rach, I'd be asking the same question. I don't know what else you can do defensively there.
Strong start to Steph Talbot. 5-point lead to the Fire. Olsen works the baseline, tries to find Fowler. Halves didn't find her. Rabati. Swinging across to Brazel, quick hands to Lockridge, who fires for three. It's got it!
Things we love to see. Dale Lockridge, beautiful shooter. Great start there. Again, she wouldn't have been particularly happy with her game against Flyers.
Forsters into the action for the Fire. Let's check it out on the Amy replay. Dallas Lockridge getting a scoring underway tonight with a triple. Having an excellent season for the Adelaide Lightning, averaging the 16 points per game.
She's having a great season, really good to see. I mean, she worked so hard a couple of seasons ago, did an ACL, and now she'll never look back. She's just one of the hardest workers you'll see.
Fowler, strong work underneath the rim, gets the foul.
Good to see Fowler being really aggressive, nice and early. A couple of early trips to the foul line from some nice little moves.
86% at the line so far this season.
Did Adelaide give burgers away?
Pardon?
Did Adelaide give burgers away?
Yep.
Yeah, they sure do. But not right now. Lockridge works it to Brazel. Back to Fagan and then gets it back. Lockridge is open for three, thought about it, steps around Forster, then floats it up. Doesn't quite get it to drop. Townsville ball.
Alice getting a little frustrated here, but they're letting some contact go both ends, which is what we like to see.
Halfway through this opening quarter, Adelaide's season well and truly on the line. Fire still aiming for a top two finish. Olsen over the top to Froling. Oh. That's an easy bucket as you like.
That had enough defending that inside. Nice poise there by Froling.
Hands it to Rabati. Strong contest against Fowler and she gets the finish.
That's a great drive, and there's no one able to help her in that situation because they're so worried about Steph Talbot diving to the ring.
Goes Froling one-on-one against Fagan, gets the foul. Which makes the first Alicia Froling. 66% free throw shooter so far this season. Averaging nearly a double-double, 11 points, 8.5 rebounds a game. Extends the Fire's lead to 5. Tofeono into the action for the Lightning. Hands it to Rabati. The referee spotted some contact.
Again, looking to isolate bigger players in the post. I mean, it's high percentage basketball, and so far it's working for them.
Talbot again, they go looking inside to Tofeono, and now Rabati working hard. She gets the call. Fowler's not too pleased. It looks like they've got a clear game plan that they're working towards, Adelaide Lightning, tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Those strong guards, they're diving in, you can see from that corner almost instantly, and they're getting good off-ball movement. It's making it really hard for Townsville to try and guard.
Staying in touch on the scoreboard, keeping things ticking over.
Forster to Olsen. Now they look to go to Ellis. Decides to go for it herself from outside the arc. It's no good. Talbot cleans it up. Toleano has options out wide. One of them's Fagan, and now Lockridge calling the shot. She gives it back to Fagan. Shot clock's ticking down. She puts it up and doesn't quite get the drop. A little bit of a misread there from Rabati. It's taken away by Olsen. She works her way inside, loses the ball, and it's an Adelaide possession. Let's take another look. Some good defending from the Lightning. Trail the Fire by 4 points. They played each other twice earlier this season in comprehensive victories to Townsville on both occasions by 34 points and 26. They've lost the 2 games against the Fire by a combined 60 points. No doubt looking for an improvement tonight as Talbot gets fouled. She's off to the line for a couple.
This game is going to go for a long time.
Yep.
It's a lot of fouls.
They just need to keep going to that while it's working until Townsville are able to get matchups that they like, that can combat it or put in something different. They just need to keep going in there, try and keep drawing those fouls.
And Townsville, I was just about to say, Townsville are going to have to make an adjustment.
Yeah.
I've heard Timsy say it quite a bit. It's a bugbear of hers playing behind the post. I cannot stand it either.
Yeah.
They're going to have to work hard at it. It's clearly what they're going to, and Townsville are going to have to make some adjustments and not allow those post feeds.
Fire's lead has cut to 2. Well, that's checked into the game for the Fire. In the corner is Fowler, hands it back to Olsen. Long range, 3, rattles out. Rebounds pulled in by Lockridge, who hands it to Talbot. Those two have settled into the contest nicely. Here's Whittaker.
Much better there on the post.
Now to Talbot. Now she makes a move into the corner for Tofeono. Looking for options, and she's turned it over. Ellis running downhill, takes on Lockridge. Didn't quite get the finish. Here goes Lockridge herself,
Great
beating
pass.
Tofeono, and she gets the bucket.
Lovely pass by Lockridge there. Great finish. And we didn't go to the foul line.
No.
And we've got a level ball game, all tied at 17 apiece. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Forster, a little fumble, but it's cleaned up by Ellis, who hands it to Fowler. Now back to Forster. Shot clock ticking down. Rattles out. Some good moments here in defence for Adelaide. Can they make it count at their offensive end? Talbot to Tofeono. She gets contact. It's going to be an offensive foul. It'll be a Townsville Fire ball.
Yeah, love how hard she's getting after the boards, but just a little bit too hard on that occasion. Townsville getting a little bit frustrated, thinking that there's a bit too much contact being let go up their end. They've just got to play through this a little bit. You can understand their frustration. They've been called a couple of soft calls in the post, but sometimes you just get that away in your away games, don't you, Rach?
Exactly right. But you know what, Rhys? The ref is always right.
Are they though, Rach? Yeah, no.
Not something I abided by during my career, but
you struggled to.
Yeah.
I personally love when they let this contact go, as long as it's consistent both ends, and you've just got to make the adjustment.
Sanaya Fagan. I love another big performance from her tonight. Oh,
whoops.
That will be double dribble, so.
Nice job by the Fire being up in the lanes there. You can tell how warm it is in Adelaide today. Some quick rotations of players, try and keep them fresh.
It's a Fire up by a point. Ellis to Froling. Draping aggressively. Nice move.
That's her game. She's a bit of a nightmare for big. She's so agile frolling and really using it there to her advantage.
Fagan to Tofaeno. Back to Lockridge. Approaching the final 30 seconds. She pulls the trigger. Doesn't get the result she was after. Quick transition down the other end. Ellis can't make it count. And that'll be a foul, and it will send Forster to the line. So we see Jazz Fijo check in to the game. These last 26 seconds of a competitive opening quarter.
Still getting used to these very different colours in Adelaide. It's very different this season to what we're used to.
Two from two at the line. So we've just got a slight issue with the scoreboard. The Fire on 22, leading Adelaide 17. Final few seconds of this opening term here at the State Basketball Centre in Adelaide. Fagan looking to make an impact. She's off target. Final play, quick transition. Frolling gets it done. So a strong end to that opening quarter from the visitors. The Townsville Fire 24 leading the Adelaide Lightning 17 at quarter time. We'll see you on the other side of the break. South Australia State Basketball Centre at quarter time. The Townsville Fire leading the Adelaide Lightning 23-17. Jess Webster with you alongside former WNBL player and coach Larissa Anderson and WNBL champion and Olympian Rachel Jarry in commentary tonight. Courtside for us, full-time Olympian Laura Hodges, who was around the Townsville huddle at quarter time. Laura, what were the key messages?
I loved listening to the Townsville quarter time. The first little bit was the players from Townsville. They were saying they want to keep running and they want to bring the bigs into the pick and roll. If any time that Ella Tofiana or Charlotte Whitaker, they want to bring those bigs in because they feel like they have the mismatch there. And then when it was Shannon's turn, he was all about defense. He's like, don't go to sleep on the post-ups and wall up. No fouls on those shooters.
Thank you, Laura. Second term underway. Fire extend their lead early through Mila Soa.
She has 8 points in 3.5 minutes. I'm not sure why she didn't play more in that first quarter, but she certainly started strong.
Well, I think she's got the 2 fouls, so...
She got 2? Oh.
If I was Adelaide, they need to go straight back to her and see what they can try and get her third.
Had her down for 1, Rach. There you go. She has got 2 fouls.
Tofiano adding to her tally. Talbot strong in that first quarter with 6 points. Soa and Froling leading away for the 5 with 8 each.
I'm sure Adelaide would like Soa to sit more when she's scoring like that.
Absolutely.
Olsen, top of the arc. Can't get it done. Intelligent slap back from Soa. Olsen can reset and go again. This time handing it off to Horvat. Drives her way inside, puts it up. Doesn't get the finish. Fagan with the rebound.
I'd really like to see Fagan get closer to the basket and go to work. She's, you can see there a lot of outside catches. Got to try and get the Townsville bigs into foul trouble.
Shot clock's ticking down here for the Adelaide Lightning. Talbot loses it, but she does get fouled.
That was a little bit of a bailout foul. That was kind of a nothing play that wasn't really going anywhere. So Adelaide sort of get away with one there.
Just a little stagnant on that last possession.
It's Taylor Brazel. Misfires for 3. Normally pretty comfortable from outside the arc.
Yeah, you can probably get that look any time, though. They really do need to keep executing. Make sure this quarter doesn't get away from them early.
Four-quarter performance has largely eluded Adelaide this season, so they'll have to be on top of their game tonight. An opportunity against this Townsville Fire lineup without Courtney Woods and Lauren Cox.
Great pass. Look at the extra pass. I mean, that deserved a basket. Everybody touched the ball there. Beautiful ball movement. Great finish.
They're finding their groove, Townsville. Early stages of this second quarter.
It's certainly what Townsville have over every other team. Their depth is quite unbelievable, even with the 2 key players out.
They always manage to find a way, even in seasons gone by, winning championships, they've found replacement players when they've needed it. Here's Fagan adding a couple more to her tally. Olsen. Handing it off to Horvat. They work it to Soa, who's feeling it tonight. Not quite on that occasion. Lockridge races down the floor and takes on Olsen, works the baseline. Can't get the result. Fire by 7. Goes Forster up against Brazel.
That's a really tough finish. Yeah, lovely move.
The lead is double digits for the first time tonight. Time for Adelaide to respond. Brazel to Talbot, a little fumble. Has opened the door for Townsville. This is where they're dangerous. They'll make you pay every time.
And it's where Adelaide is their weakness. Their turnovers, you mentioned it before, Rach, they're the highest turnover team in the league. They've just got to look after the ball. It's those scrappy little passes.
And it's forced a timeout here in the second quarter. Townsville 33, leading Adelaide 21. So they've doubled their quarter time advantage, the Fire here in the second. They led by 6 points at quarter time. It's now 12 points. So what do we think the messages are in the Adelaide huddle?
Well, it's all about defense, and they're generating Townsville's offense through their turnovers and their poor offense. So it's a little bit of both. They need to execute, get good shots, not turn the ball over so that Townsville aren't running it down their throats. But they also need to get back and, you know, stay in front, stay with their game plan that they would have come in with in regards to defending Townsville.
I agree. Your best defence is disciplined offence, and it's just not there right now. It's stagnant, sloppy turnovers in the last 2-3 possessions, and you can see they've come down to the final seconds of the shot clock quite a few times and having to launch something up.
So a strong start to this second quarter from the Townsville Fire. Their lead is now out to 12 points as we head courtside to Laura Hodges, who was around the Lightning huddle. Laura, what did you find out?
That was an interesting timeout. It was all about taking a big, deep breath. Do not rush. Stop rushing in offense and look after the ball. They're sick of having a lot of turnovers just from fumbling the ball and making Townsville make them rush. So it was very much about looking after the ball. And then on defense, it was about executing their defensive principles and not just talking about it.
Nice spin move from Lockridge there.
Much better screening and spacing on that last possession out of the timeout. So credit to the girls coming out of the timeout. I don't know if that's what they were trying to execute, but if they were, they did it really well.
Soa floats it up. Can't get the finish, but it spills to Fowler. Hands it off to Ellis. Brushes off Lockridge. Gives it to Fowler. Now they go inside to Froling. Normally pretty strong in this situation. Great battle against Talbot.
Great read by Talbot there to come across and help on that roller, because it was a certain 2 points otherwise, so she really broke up that play.
At the end of the day, Rach, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? It's just the effort.
Yeah.
The effort, the energy. We discussed it in the game earlier today.
Controlling the controllables, what you can do.
Ellis to restart play. Can't get the result on the buzzer from Fowler. Fire's lead remains at 10. So this is where we want to see Adelaide protecting the ball. Getting a good look. They go to Rabati, back to Talbot, now to Whitaker. She's wide open for three. Pulls the trigger. Can't get it done. Yeah, that'll be an Adelaide ball.
Whitaker really needed to pass that into Steph Talbot there. It was exactly the right look. She wanted it. Nothing worse than having a nice mismatch in there, and they disregard you, kick it on. If ever anyone's going to pass it in, you'd think it would be one of the big girls.
The new recruit for the Lightning, injury replacement player, playing a third game. For a limited benefit of the doubt. And Larissa maybe still learning. Learning the team rules, maybe.
Oh no, got to know your team captain when she's demanding the ball. Give her the ball.
Just over 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Fire have opened up a handy gap. Forster's been excellent off the bench, 10 points. That bounced off the rim to Froling and gets fouled.
Almost the perfect accidental pass.
That's how you know things are working for you as a team, when it's up in your hand.
Where you can still ricochet it off and it still pays off.
Well, there's no better way to show your club loyalty this season as you take another look at that foul against Froling. Then repping your favourite player's jersey, whether you're in the stands or watching for home, you can wear it with pride. Check out this season's full range of club merch now at WNBLstore.com.au. Still no burgers for this hungry Adelaide crowd.
Well done to Froling, shooting with one eye there.
Another fabulous crowd in attendance tonight, hoping to see their team get an upset victory, maybe keep their season alive. Whitaker hands it off to Lockridge. Now they get it to Rabati. Bounces off the rim. Talbot had a handle on it, but just couldn't quite reel it in. Ellis takes it away. Fowler to Soa. Pass
to Froling, draws the contact.
Townsville do that really well. They know where each other is, their receiver spots, their movement, baseline penetration. You've always got that player cutting down the guts of the key. They get so much off that movement.
They do such a great job at driving with purpose, and their dribbles, you know, are for a reason. I think down the other end, Adelaide are having a lot of dribbles that aren't really going anywhere. It's not making Townsville shift defensively, so they probably need to take a leaf out of what the Fire's doing to them.
One from two at the line for Froling. She's up to double digits as well, 10 points, couple of rebounds. Talbot leading the way for the Lightning, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Whitaker off to Lockridge. Lovely work.
When they get their spacing right, they look really good.
Foul this time against Strawbridge.
I was just about to say, I love how hard they're working to get over those screens. Let that one go, ref.
So 2 personals now to Whitaker, Rabati and Strawbridge. Whitaker takes a rest. Has a word to the coach, Aja Paramama. Ellis swings it across to Fowler. In the corner, drains it.
Lovely pass and fight by Ellis there.
Lead of 17 points. They get some momentum here in the last few minutes.
Call that.
No, count the bucket.
And on the Amy replay, here's Alex Fowler in the corner.
That is a great pass, and you know, not an easy one. That's for someone of Ellis's size over Steph Talbot to see that and hit it right exactly where Fowler wanted it. Great execution.
This is Taylor Brazel to the hands of Talbot, who gets it back from Fagan. Wanted to go back to Fagan. It was well read by Olsen, who sends it out of play. Tonight, Fagan on the 5 points. So far tonight, she averages the 18, including 6 rebounds. One of the best shooters all season. I'd love to get her going here tonight. Lockridge from outside the arc. It's no good. Scoring's dried up a little bit for the Lightning in this opening quarter. Fire putting their foot down. Ellis, feet set, got it.
You just can't leave Ellis that open. I don't know what they completely lost her defender then.
She's 51% from three-point range this season.
She's a three-point shooter. You just cannot leave her. That was a gift.
16-point lead, 2 minutes left in the opening half. Brazel swings it across to the corner.
She stepped out, I think.
I think she might have. Sorry.
Damn sad sideline.
Fire will get
creeps up.
Possession back. Force has been lively so far tonight, but it's come unstuck. Generate here the Lightning to give themselves some confidence heading into the main break. Lockridge goes to Rabati. Now off the right. Oh, didn't quite get the roll. Talbot slaps it back. Now Lockridge fires. It's no good. And the rebound to Fowler. Also looks to make a move. Forster. Now into the corner for Fowler. They work it around to Ellis. Gets around Fagan. Into the corner. Forster makes the pay.
Look at that bench. It's exactly what they need so far. I was going to feel sorry for any team they played after that bingo game on New Year's Eve. And so far, great first half.
She's having a night. 13 points. And 19 points is the Fire's lead. Talbot can't get it done. Fowler wide open. It's no good. Final 20 seconds. To draw something up here, Adelaide. Lockridge calling the shots. Shot clock's down to 5, and there's a foul.
Was there though?
You tell me, Larissa. I don't know.
For what they've let go in this game,
Exactly.
yeah.
That was a bit of an odd one with how much contact there's been. Alice trying to be very polite about it.
Should just like the same call down the other end.
I think that's exactly what she said. It's got to go up. It's got to go up.
Fagan off the glass for 2. A side needed that on the halftime buzzer. Give them something to work with at the main change. Townsville have owned this opening half. They led by 6 points at quarter time. And they head into halftime leading 44 to 25. Still in pursuit of that top 2 finish as we start the run home of WNBL 26 season. The depth has been challenged tonight, but it's been a strong start away from home for this Townsville Fire. On the rebound from a 12-point loss to Bendigo on New Year's Eve. Let's head courtside to Laura Hodges, who was with Alicia Froling.
Alicia, it was a tough start, but now you're up by 17. Such great team basketball.
Yeah, really good. That's the kind of basketball that we want to play, and we've been talking about. It's been missing for the past few games, but you know, still 20 minutes to go, so we got to keep it up.
And we spoke before the game. You're going to have to play more minutes, stay out of foul trouble. It's physical out there, but you've got no fouls so far.
Don't jinx me. Nah, yeah, it's physical, but yeah, just trying to be smart with that. I think as a team we probably fouled a little bit too much, so we'll try and clean that up.
Well, great job and good luck for the next half.
Thanks to Alicia. We promise we won't jinx you, Alicia. So halftime here at the State Basketball Centre. A 17-point lead to the Townsville Fire. Don't go anywhere. We'll break down the first half after the break.
Look good, feel good, mix a little sugar and spice. I've been getting ready for a party under the sun. Wake up, get some before all the damage is done. So come on, this will be our year.
Let's hear the tune. Go! What dance move should I do? What dance move should I do? Well, 6, 7, Friday night. We got 22, we're like in 6, 7, 2025. We might bring it in to 2026. Come on! Who's left? Oh, that's okay. Well done, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Make some noise! Basketball's back in. Okay. Let's go!
Half-time at the State Basketball Centre in South Australia, where the Townsville Fire are leading the Adelaide Lightning by 17 points at quarter time. They extended their margin of 6 at quarter time with a strong second quarter as their stars start to fire. Jess Webster with you alongside former WNBL player and coach Larissa Anderson and WNBL champion Rachel Jarry. Larissa and Rach, the big question coming into tonight was, do Townsville have the depth to cover Courtney Woods and Lauren Cox? And at half-time, the stats and the score shows that they absolutely do.
In a word, yes. I mean, and on top of that, we don't even mention the likes of someone like Forster, who comes in for 13 points off the bench. I mean, their depth is quite unbelievable and they're getting it done again. Absolutely. They were strong in the opening half. As you take a look at the Hungry Jacks halftime highlights.
They certainly were. They came out and, like we asked for, everyone has stepped up and contributed more than what they have been. So that's all they wanted. Everyone's playing well. And Adelaide really tested them, especially early. You know, they went inside, they were trying to get, you could see what Adelaide's game plan was, and Townsville adjusted in that second quarter, as we know that they're so great at doing. And Adelaide then really had a tough time trying to get any points on the board.
And it's really impressive when we speak about their depth, but the likes of someone like Chloe Forster, who's still only 22 years of age, she's had some experience with the Perth Lynx, coming to such a strong roster in the Townsville Fire, and off the bench, she's already got 12 points. It's pretty impressive.
Absolutely, and credit to someone like Ellis to find her. I mean, she's in the right spot, she's knocking it down. Way to get yourself more minutes.
Absolutely. So the Adelaide Lightning, they started brightly. You could tell what they were trying to do in the opening quarter, but what happened in the second quarter? Where did it break down?
Well, Townsville certainly adjusted, and I think a lot of it was with ball pressure. They weren't able to get those passes inside as easily, and you know, we saw that Adelaide went to the foul line 8 times in the first quarter and then didn't get another foul shot in that second quarter. So you could see how Townsville adjusted and just played without fouling.
This is the Blackmores head-to-head between Dallas Lockeridge and Mila Soa. Looking forward to this battle coming into the game. 8 points versus 7. How are we seeing the battle so far?
Look, I think it's hard to compare these two players really, because one's playing pretty much the whole game, the other one is sharing. Soa is sharing it with a plethora of other players, but Soa is so impressive. Dell's having such a fantastic season. They're both real gun players. Let's take a closer look at Alicia Frolling's night and some of her highlights. She always is such a leader for the side, averaging nearly a double-double per game, 11 points, 8.5 rebounds, and she's was really starting to find her groove in that second quarter.
Oh, certainly. I've been so impressed with her this season. She has just been playing really great, smart basketball, and you know, she knows who's playing on her, and she's taking advantages of her strengths in those matchups in every single game, and no different tonight. So I think we'll see that continue, and yeah, well, you can't get much better than that shot chart on green.
It's her forward shot chart. But do we think she's one of the most competitive players in the league? She'd have to be up there.
Oh yeah, she's definitely up there, as is her twin sister. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, no, I think competitiveness is definitely in the Frolling family, and that's what you want to see.
Well, earlier today, we saw one of the games of the season and one of the most thrilling finishes of the season. Let's take another look. This is Nadia Poch, the young 21-year-old, with the steal against Hanshu and a half-court buzzer beater as the Caps won an absolute thriller by 3 points to keep their season alive. These are amazing scenes in the nation's capital, and it just makes the hunt for 4th spot that much more interesting. What are we going to see in the second half here at the State Basketball Centre? Hopefully another finish like that. Stay with us. We've got the third quarter coming up after the break. And as we take you to the break, let's get to know a little bit more about Razzle Dazzle Taylor Brazzle. Good defence shown from Brazzle. Can she finish off a good work? It rolls in.
So last season I was recovering from my second ACL tear, and I just spent the season rehabbing with the team. Yeah, so I'm 21, so very young, probably a baby still in most people's eyes. But I think like having these injuries early, I know like they've been pretty bad injuries, but they've really shaped me into the person I am now, and I feel like it's only going to help me for when I get older and get through my career. So in a way, I feel like it's maybe a blessing in disguise that I've had them earlier on in my career. Hopefully now I can just flourish and take the learnings that I've kind of learnt through these injuries to help carry me through the rest of my career. It's always handy to you know of people that have been through similar things, and just like hearing their stories and the way that they've persevered through their tough injuries really helps me know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So in those sort of darker days during those big injuries, knowing that they're back out there and they're, you know, succeeding really well on the court just gave me a lot of hope that I'll be okay. And, you know, unfortunately it is just like the now, and I can get through it and yeah, hopefully be good.
Into the corner for Brazel. Why not? She gets it done again.
I didn't want to turn my back on Adelaide in a way. I wanted to, you know, stay and push through these tough times. And, you know, playing with Townsville is like is a dream come true. And I just, yeah, wanted to try and like stay and inspire the younger generation, younger girls in Adelaide, to keep pushing through those tough times. And yeah, I really feel like we've got something special building in Adelaide, so I'm really excited.
That will put a smile on her face from Razzle Dazzle Taylor Brazel.
Halftime in Adelaide, the Townsville Fire leading the Lightning by 17 points at halftime. Jess Webster with you in commentary tonight alongside Larissa Anderson, Rachel Jarry and Laura Hodges courtside for us, who is downstairs with injured Adelaide import Serena Sundell.
Serena, it was heartbreaking at the start of the season seeing you go down with injury, but tell us, how are you going post-surgery?
Yeah, it's obviously something that you never want to happen to you, but luckily I've been surrounded by my teammates and staff that's just done a really good job of keeping me confident and knowing that it's going to be a long process, but I'm feeling good.
and it's hard to watch. What do you want to see from the team in this next half to be able to redeem this 17-point deficit?
Yeah, I think defensively we're really close. We're making good rotations. It's just playing through the end of that shot clock and securing the end of a possession with a rebound. And then on offense, I think we can learn a thing from Townsville of just making that extra pass and getting the ball moving.
And I know post-surgery, it's those little goals, but what's your goal that you've hit the target for post-surgery?
I got my legs all the way straight and I've bent to 110 degrees today, so.
Oh, well done, Sunny, and good luck for your rehab, and we can't wait to see you back out on the floor.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to Laura and Serena, who unfortunately went down with that ACL injury in round 4. And Adelaide desperately would have loved her to be around for a full season, but great to see her stick around in Adelaide. We know the club are really helping her out in her recovery, but to be in that club environment, have that support around her, no doubt would help her.
It's so good, and particularly for an import. And sadly, Rach, we know exactly what she's talking about with the little goals that she's just hit with extension. It's such a horrible injury to come back from the ACL, so we wish her all the very best with it.
Certainly do. So third quarter underway here in Adelaide. Fire looking to continue, where they pick up where they left off in the opening half, and Fowler immediately gets the bucket and the contact.
To run that isolation to Fowler a couple of times, you can see Whittaker just can't keep up with her there. I think it's a great play, and we've mentioned a couple of times, it's so good to see Fowler so aggressive.
To take a tally to double figures. Can't complete the three-point play. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Lightning. What's the number one thing, Rach and Larissa, that you want to see from the Lightning in this opening minutes of the third quarter?
Well, just effort and intensity, and then execution down this end of the floor. I think there was too many possessions where they just got nothing out of it. So they need to get a good shot every time down the floor. And this lady needs to continue to touch the ball.
Just 7 points in the opening half to Sanaya Fagan. Lockridge handing it off to Tofeono, trying to get around Fowler. Good defense.
And for me, Fagan's only got 3 rebounds. I mean, she only averages just over 6 a game. For me, when they are such a small team, she's got to average more than that.
Fowler, no defense from the Lightning. It's an easy bucket.
That's what you don't want to see from the Lightning, right there. I mean, that's pretty inexcusable defensively. Yeah. No effort or intensity on that possession.
Lead now is 21 points. Working into the corner, Fagan lets it fly and bounces out. Sola had some good moments in the opening half. Gets it out to Froling, to Ellis, back to Soa. Now decides to go for it herself. Why not? In the shooting form that she's in. And we're heading to a timeout in the third quarter. The Fire have come out firing in this third quarter. They lead the Adelaide Lightning 50-27. So a 6-0 run in this third quarter. Straight out of the gates. Really is danger signs now for the Adelaide Lightning.
You know the coach isn't happy when you call a timeout a minute and a half after the halftime break. It's never good.
No. And you definitely know that as a player walking into that huddle, but she needed to call that. They've just come out with absolutely no intensity whatsoever at either end of the floor, so they need to regroup and come out and change that.
Fire, you mentioned it earlier, Larissa, you don't want to come up against them after a loss. And they're really making a statement here tonight after dropping a game at home too against Bendigo on New Year's Eve by 12 points. So no Courtney Woods. She will return from that hamstring injury in the coming weeks, but unfortunately Lauren Cox out with that knee injury for the remainder of the year. Townsville leading 50-27 as we come out of a timeout here in the third quarter. Laura Hodges was lurking around the Adelaide huddle at that timeout. Laura, what were the key messages?
The key messages were quite calm, actually, and it was just the fact that they'd had their halftime break and they've come out and not executed anything that they want. They're not all on the same page. So a little bit frustrated, but she just wants them to come out and execute and all be on the same page and know what they're trying to look for in offense.
So, Rach, how do you execute? Is it communication? Is that what letting Adelaide down at the moment? But how do they execute what they want to? I know it sounds like a really simple question, but...
No, I think it's about, you know, there's a lot of things in terms of offensively executing. You obviously want to get the right calls for the right players, but, you know, it's spacing, it's cutting hard, it's just doing all the little things. You can't really control if the ball's going in the basket or not, but you can control, you know, things like that and easy turnovers that are, you know, not needed.
So I had a clear path to the basket, couldn't get the finish. That's a turnover.
That's 2 offensive fouls that have been called on screen. So they just need to slow down, wait, use, get on the same page together, take one possession at a time. You can see them slowly disintegrate together and they've got to stay really tight.
So they haven't scored yet in this third quarter, the Lightning. Fire looking to put their foot down. Here goes Fowler. Out to Olsen. Still has Fowler in the corner if she wants. Gives it to Ellis. Takes on Fagan. Drives aggressively. Couldn't get the bucket. Shot clock runs out. 3 players in double digits for the Fire. Sora on 10. Froling on 10. Fowler on 11. Actually, it's 4 players because Forster also had a bright start in the opening half. She's on 12. Fagan and Lockridge leading the way for the Lightning with 7 points each. There's Rabadi. Can't get the roll.
I'm just trying to work out what Adelaide's trying to get, though. They're just too much one-on-one.
Yeah.
Fagan's outside the three-point line most of the time when she's such a beautiful big size, and they're just not utilising that. She's got to get around the basket more. We could see clearly what they were trying to do in the first quarter, but since then it's hard to tell.
And it hurts when Fire take it down the other end and Soa nails it from the corner. But that's better from Lockridge. Their first score of the third quarter. Here is Soa. Finds a way through traffic, adds another couple of points.
Just so easy. Townsville are getting into the paint way too easily. There's no resistance from Adelaide at the moment. They need to have some pride, lock down. Don't let your player get into the key so easily.
That rattles out from Lockridge. See if they can lift the intensity here. They give away a foul.
But you can just see there, the ball pickup was nowhere near as aggressive as what it needed to be. No. And once they get past their player, there's no split line. So it's a bit of everything here, and you can see, hopefully in the huddle, they're telling each other to lift and get behind each other, because they really, you've said it many times, intensity, energy, it's just not there.
Well, sometimes in these situations when the game gets away from you like this, you start to go into self-preservation mode.
Coming up in a couple of weeks, Hoops Fest. It's Australasia's biggest basketball culture and lifestyle festival. It's all about the hoops. The ultimate fusion of sport, culture, music and entertainment. Hoops Fest will once again take over WA from the 15th to the 18th of January. Don't miss out on everything Hoops Fest has to offer. Scan the QR code on your screen now for an exclusive broadcast offer, which is 20% off your tickets. Townsville 57, Adelaide 29. Just 3 losses to Townsville this season, sitting in second position on the ladder with an 11-3 record.
It's better movement.
Brazel from the baseline. No, Strawbridge rather.
Yeah, that was much better movement though. Just unfortunately didn't get the finish, but.
Rabadi hands it off to Talbot. Strawbridge to Brazel. And they find a pass inside. They just couldn't get the bucket through Rabadi. This is where Fire do their damage. Forced it back out onto the floor, so too Horvat. Ellis, deflection in there from Talbot was good. And they
Win possession back through Brazel. Off to Talbot. Can they finish off the good teamwork? Rabadi gets it done.
Much better there by the Lightning, and nothing like a nice transition basket.
Night tonight, Lockridge.
I think she was only kind of half shooting that, wasn't she, Rach? She was really looking to dish that off. She could have easily finished that.
Horvat's at the line for a pair of free throws. Spent a few games out with a wrist injury. Has made a return in recent weeks. She's 2 from 2. Lockridge with ball in hand, off to Rabadi. Back to Lockridge. Shot clock's down to 5. Now they look to go to Rabadi. Off the glass for 2. Much better from the Lightning. Olsen to Horvat. Swing it across to Soa. Well read by Talbot. Can she capitalise? Off the right for 2.
So much better when Talbot gets an aggressive mindset, isn't she, Rach?
Oh, absolutely. She's so hard to guard in that situation, and yeah, we just need to see more of it. Her team needs it from her.
She sends this game into a timeout here in the third quarter. Townsville 62, Adelaide 38. Much better the last few moments from the Lightning. They need to continue to put the pressure on this Townsville Fire side. As we kick off the new year with a host of games in round 12, still plenty more action to come in the coming days as we turn our attention to the run home. The Sydney Flames take on the Bendigo Spirit, who are on a 10-game winning streak. Can the Flames cause an upset, or will the Spirit continue to show their championship credentials? They look like they're the team to beat. So far getting it done on top of the ladder. Good matchup to look forward to tomorrow night. So with Courtney Woods out, we know Courtney Woods has kind of come back, but Lauren Cox is out for Townsville for the rest of the season. Does that make you question whether or not Townsville can win it?
No, I mean, we've said many times they've got the depth, but to match up with the Hunshu, Cox was definitely the balance for Townsville, but they still have the bigs to be able to get that done. And as we saw today with the way Canberra played against, the UC Caps played against Perth, they're very beatable.
Absolutely, and you know, they're not going to ever be able to replace someone of Lauren Cox's size and ability, but to have, you know, Chantal Horvat now back in the lineup, coming off the bench, she gives them something different defensively. So her importance is going to be, you know, even more so as they go into the rest of this season.
So of the other matchups against the big three, Townsville played Perth in round 14 and Bendigo in the last round.
Injuries are definitely playing a big part in this season, though, that is for sure. Whichever team can kind of stay healthy, get healthy. Fortunately for Townsville, if you can get a Woods back in and they can be a little bit more gentle and conservative with a hamstring, as you need to be, whilst these other players get some more minutes underneath them, that's probably a really good thing. So Townsville, and as long as they have enough games to get Woods back into it, Townsville is still looking very good.
Although, as we saw earlier today, Perth have a really healthy roster and they got rolled by the Caps, who were completely undermanned. So you just can't keep your eye off the competition at the moment. Let's head courtside to Laura Hodges, who was around the Townsville huddle at that last time out. Laura, what did you learn?
Well, it was a very calm timeout. I think it was just very well executed by Shannon just to let them settle, because Lightning went on that little bit of a run, but it was all talking about defense and how he wanted them to execute in offense. But it's nice to see the Lightning have a little bit of spirit back in the last minute or so.
It certainly is. Let's see if we can carry on with it in these last couple of minutes. 26 points is the Fire's lead. Grown at every change. 6 points at quarter time, 17 at half time. Vardy up against Olsen.
It's come unstuck for the Lightning. Force has been impressive tonight. Ref has spotted a foul.
Now the Lightning being caught a couple of times playing behind the post. Just little details. I mean, I don't know what their rules are defensively. Some teams allow the behind the post, some fight for that half to three-quarter front, but the post feeds really are just like a penetration into the key. You're allowing that inside-outside movement, and it's hard to guard.
Particularly when you're, running in transition and you're not quite matched up on the outside as well. As soon as it goes in, it's either a score or a straight out to a shooter.
Absolutely. I mean, Horvat, credit to her. She's a strong body.
Yeah.
She does a really good job. Froling does a really good job posting up and rim running. Both very athletic bigs, and they use it.
No worries at the line for Chantal Horvat.
I mean, in my mind, Adelaide can't afford to play behind like that. They're too small. You've pretty much got Rabati and Talbot playing as a four-man. They don't have a true four-man.
Here is Rabati. Gives it off to Strawbridge. Lockridge, shot clock's ticking down. She steps back for three. It's off target.
It's really tough. They're getting themselves into that situation so many times where they've just got to launch a shot in the final couple of seconds, as opposed to Townsville here, who just move the ball around and do whatever they like.
Olsen misfires for three. Final minute of the third quarter. Oh, the spin move from Talbot, and the finish equally as delightful.
Lovely move there.
13 points and 5 rebounds tonight for Talbot. Abby Ellis. Oh, runs into a brick wall in the form of Rabati. Spills to Lockridge. Final 30 seconds. Side Charles by 26. Lockridge takes on Froling. Oh, and Froling is not happy with the call. Lockridge at the line for a pair. An 83% free throw shooter so far this season, averaging the 16 points per game, including 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And that shot just took her to double figures. She makes it 2 from 2. Final seconds of the third. Also looking for options. As she makes a move, she goes to Froling. And the ref has found a foul.
Froling just making sure they found that. Really nice play there by Townsville, though, and great seal by Froling. Love a good bounce pass into the post.
Love it.
One from 2 at the line, but the time's going to run out here for Adelaide Lightning. At three-quarter time, it is the Townsville Fire in the box seat to return to the winners list tonight. They lead the Adelaide Lightning 67-42. Stick around, we've got the final quarter coming up after the break. Fire are getting it done tonight at the South Australia State Basketball Centre at three-quarter time. They lead the Lightning by 25 points. Jess Webster with you in commentary tonight alongside Larissa Anderson. Rachel Jarry, and courtside for us tonight is Laura Hodges, who was around the Adelaide Lightning huddle at three-quarter time. Laura, how are they approaching this final term?
The Lightning, they want to be really physical this final term, and they really want to grind out this last 10 minutes. They want to switch on-ball screens, they want to bump cutters, and they just want to make the most of it. I don't want to give them any excuses, but I feel like this Perth road trip playing a couple of days ago, they look fatigued, so this last 10 minutes, I think they'll want a shot by Steph Talbot, but this last 10 minutes, they want to really redeem themselves.
It's a great point you make, Laura. They lost by 18 to Perth, and then they face Perth again away next round. So life doesn't get any easier for Adelaide.
Perth had to make the trip over to Canberra, UC Caps today as well, so they could possibly look at that and say they're a bit fatigued against the UC Caps. At the end of the day, all teams have to do it. It's a tough season. Travel is a big part of it.
Townsville are travelling right now, and they're doing a great job. Here goes Rabati for three. Can't find the bottom of the net. Olsen into the corner for Soa. She's deadly from that position.
She's deadly from anywhere from the three. She's just got such a quick, beautiful release. Doing a great job finding that weak side player on penetration.
Soa hits her average of 18 points per game thanks to that last shot. Leading scorer of tonight. The shot clock is ticking down for Adelaide, so Lockridge has to pull the trigger, and that one drops in.
Speaking of lovely shots, another lovely shooter there, Del Lockridge, really nice shot there.
Soa this time kicks it out to Olsen, swings it to Ellis from downtown. Not quite. So on 18 points. She's also won 3 personals. Here's a chance for Brazel into the corner for Strawbridge. Bounces off the rim. Oh, it's Fagan and Froling tangle.
Called the double foul here, it looks like. Oh, just having a hug.
Yeah, a little holding hands.
So it will be a double foul.
Good luck with that, Boggle.
She's still engaging in conversation. Townsville 70, Adelaide 46. Ellis driving aggressively, hands it to Soa. This time just couldn't quite get the same result. Lockridge to Rabati. Now to Brazel. Once again, the shot clock ticks down, so Lockridge goes over the top. Time's run out for Adelaide.
And it's just the contrast between the two teams. You don't see Townsville, you know, feeling rushed or forcing up a shot at the end of the shot clock. They get a good shot every time down the floor, and you know, that's why they're such a great team. They know how to execute. They continue to move the ball until they find a great shooter in a great spot.
How much of Adelaide's issues tonight have been from bad offense or good defense from Townsville?
Bit of both, but I mean, the poor offensive execution certainly helps the Fire's defense as well. But credit to Townsville, they get up in the lanes, they're aggressive, they're clear on their rules. But But you can just see on that last possession, Adelaide dribble, handoff, dribble, handoff, dribble, handoff, but no one's attacking, no one's trying to get anywhere. And then up the other end, Townsville just attack, and put Adelaide on the back foot straight away. Big contrast.
And it's frustrating because, you know, you see at times this season where it's clicked for Adelaide and they look really good because they are athletic and sort of long as well. But we just don't see it enough, and the difference between their best and worst is so far, and they're so inconsistent within games as well as from game to game.
They are very young. They do have a lot of very, very inexperienced players out there. They have had quite a lot of player movement and a coach change as well.
Yeah.
But as you've mentioned, Rach, what they need to do is have those consistencies, and Talbot talked about it before the game as well, and it's those inconsistencies where players tend to look outward. You need to look inward and control what you can do and not look at what anyone else is doing wrong or the scoreboard or what's happening. They need to look inward and say, what can I do on every single possession to make sure we're getting the best out of each other?
And by contrast, you feel like no matter which players of Townsville Fire's roster is out there, they're always such a well-drilled side. They're so well-coached, always look like they know exactly where each other are and what game plan they're trying to execute. Just really, really well-drilled.
Well, it all comes down to culture, and I'm certainly not saying Adelaide has a poor culture. It's just more, there is a real contrast between the top teams and the teams underneath them. You can see how united Townsville are. They're all on the same page. It doesn't matter who's out there, what minutes they play. They're all behind each other. The bench are up. They're behind each other. They moved on from that last loss really quickly, rallied, ready to fire in the next one. Same with Bendigo.
Some nice move, and the finish too. You feel like Adelaide is still getting to know who they are. Townsville know exactly who they are.
They're a completely new team this year. Adelaide definitely need more time together, but they need to focus on the controllables.
Rabati out to Lockridge. Lets it fly!
She's not going to miss many of those, and again, that was attacking on transition, finding the open player.
Back to a 23-point margin. 5 minutes left in this contest. Soa into the corner for Fowler. Share it around to Olsen. It's Connie Fagan's leg. Let's take a look at it again on the Amy replay. Dallas Lockridge, top of the arc. Nice.
She's having such a good season. It's really great to see.
Certainly is. She is averaging 16 points per game. She's got that tonight. Plenty of potential at 21 years of age. Olsen for 3.
That'll feel good. A couple have rattled in and out for her tonight. She's a lovely player, another player that's going to get a chance to play more minutes, which, scaringly, when we talk about injuries, this is only going to make Fire potentially stronger because those players are going to get more playing minutes.
Talbot to Fagan to Rabati.
Fagan wasn't open enough there in her favourite spot. I'm not sure why she didn't shoot that.
Just 7 points for Sanaya Fagan tonight as Frolling makes a move.
And for me, you know, it's just been too easy, the dribble penetration for Townsville tonight. They've really been able to get into the key whenever they've wanted, and there just hasn't been enough containment from Adelaide, and that's really just simple basketball that does come down to a little bit of effort as well as, you know, mental fortitude.
One more time!
Just continues to get it done. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists tonight. Oh, Drinkster. I said 12 points before she finished her second shot. I'm so sorry. Whitaker into the game. To Talbot, who gets fouled.
So you can see Frolling really attacking Fagan because she believes she has that speed over her. On the flip side, I'd love to see Fagan posting up Frolling more to really challenge her, because you'd think that physically she can at least match her at the very least. So I'm not sure why she gives it a little look and then she pops out to the three-point line. I think Fagan could be a much more consistent, bigger target for Adelaide.
she is in the corner. Fagan works the baseline, gets the bucket.
Great drive, great finish.
Abby Ellis, head down. She loses it. Adelaide ball.
We need to put a reel together of Alice's facials after calls. It's been very, very amusing. Credit to her, though. She does not stop. She keeps going. She plays hard. Probably a couple of calls that could have been made for her tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like she has been hard done by a couple of times.
I agree.
So Adelaide, as we mentioned, next head to Perth in round 13. Whittaker fires for 3. Nice moment for her. Townsville return home to take on Geelong on Tuesday night to close out round 12. Three minutes left in this contest. An impressive performance from Townsville from start to finish. Ball out. Can't get it done in the corner. Talbot sweeping past to Fagan, lays it up for 2.
Nice little patch here by Adelaide. Got it back to 20, 2.5 minutes to play. See if they can get a couple more stops.
Ellis hands it off to Horvath. Goes back to Ellis. I think she might have stepped out of bounds. As you said earlier, Larissa, that pesky out of bounds
Just jumps out. That sideline, it moves.
Yeah. 20 points the margin. Lockridge has been good tonight. This time hands it off to Whittaker, who gets fouled off to the line for a couple of free throws.
Another great pass there by Lockridge. Good to see Whittaker roll there. Whittaker and Fagan clearly like to pop a lot on their on the pick and roll, but they need those inside targets, so it's a good mix there.
Quite a remarkable story for the New Zealand import. Joined as an injury replacement player. It's their 3rd game. When she headed to college, she got diagnosed with a really rare hip disorder and had 5 surgeries to continue her basketball career. Spent a stint on the sidelines, a season back home in New Zealand, and she is joining the Lightning.
So this is what Adelaide do. They've got a nice little patch here that they're putting together, but as Laura alluded to in the pre-game, they have this one quarter where they just dig a big hole for themselves, and it's hard to get out.
Got it back to with at 18. Forster, who's strong off the bench in that first half.
Great running again.
And then Talbot with the finishing touches. Closed to within 16.
We just haven't seen enough of that tonight, but that is definitely their strength when they are able to get defensive stops and run in that situation.
Scored 20 points to 11 in this final quarter, the Lightning. Coach Aja Paramama wants them to fight it out to the final siren. We've got 2 minutes left. Talbot looks to go in the Whittaker direction into the corner for Fagan. No good. Fowler to Crichton. Back to Forster, but heavily by Fagan. It'll be a foul. Yeah. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal for Chloe Forster tonight. Is there a chance for late burgers?
Wouldn't mind one in here.
Adelaide fans look hungry. Oh, they do get burgers. The code is on your screen. Claimed by the WNBL app. The code WNetted. Get yourself a free cheeseburger. They get the bucket at the other end too. 14 points the difference with a minute left. Be pleased with how they finished this game tonight as Horvat makes it count for 2. The next challenge is to do it for 4 quarters. Here goes Lockridge to Fagan to Whittaker. Bang!
Bang from the top. It counts.
And they finish in a rush here, the Lightning. 13 points. Crichton in the corner. A little settler. They have one more highlight for their home fans here tonight. Lockridge over the top to Fagan. Out to Strawbridge. Off target, Talbot with the O-board and the putback. And that'll do us at the South Australia State Basketball Centre. A strong final quarter from the Adelaide Lightning, but it is the Townsville Fire who bounce back onto the winners list. They win 83-69. They improve their record, the Townsville Fire, to 12-3 to continue their quest for a top 2 finish. And they will head home on Tuesday night to face Geelong to close out round 12. They led from start to finish tonight, 6 points at quarter time, 17 at half time, 25 by 3/4 time, and while the Lightning won the last quarter, it was the Fire who responded from a 12-point loss to Bendigo on New Year's Eve. Let's head courtside to Laura Hodges, who is with one of their best players tonight, Alex Fowler, 14 points and 8 rebounds and 3 assists. Over you, Laura.
Well, Alex, what a great redemption game after New Year's Eve. You had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, but it was such a team effort. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel really good. That was the style of basketball that we've wanted, and that was us at the start of the season, and it just felt like us again. Like, we were moving the ball, we were finding open shots, we were getting the extra passes. It's just fun to play that kind of basketball.
And Chloe Forster, I spoke to Shannon before the game. He said that he wanted her to be really aggressive. She came out and 12 points and just looked really comfortable out there. You must be pretty proud.
Yeah, I'm so proud. I mean, she's got this great opportunity and she's taking advantage of it. I mean, she's so strong. She's such a great player, and I mean, she really showed it tonight, hitting shots, playing great defense. Yeah, I'm really proud of her. She stepped up a lot.
And it was a physical game. That last quarter, the Lightning got on top. They won the last quarter. So how did you feel in that last quarter? Sort of what sort of happened towards the end?
Yeah, I think towards the end, I think we may have got a little bit lazy on some things. It's definitely something you got to fix. You know, you got to finish the game all the way. I think we might have got a bit complacent. Credit to them for continuing to fight to the end. But yeah, I think we got a little complacent. There's still a lot of positives in the game at the end of the day. Yeah, maybe just fix up some things right at the end. But yeah.
And you're going back home now. You're going to be playing Geelong. It will be nice to get a good game in front of your home crowd.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Townsville fans deserve a good game. We haven't had the best the last 2 games, so I think hopefully this one will be a good one for them.
Well, great game, Alex, and well done tonight.
Thank you.
Great job, Alex Fowler, tonight. She finished with the 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Really loved watching her growth the last couple of seasons, but this year in particular, she's really becoming a wonderful player.
She is. She's just been so efficient and she makes really great decisions. So it was good to see her be able to take a few more shots tonight and see a few more go down, because I think they're going to need that from her the further they go into the season. We know how great as a team that they are, but if she can really contribute on that scoreboard, it's going to go a long way for them for the rest of the season.
And she's so versatile.
Yeah.
You can match her up on absolutely anybody, either end of the floor. She gives you something really potent offensively. She's always a target, doesn't try to overshoot it or try to overdo anything, and will just focus on all the little things up the other end. She's a really great player.
4 players for the Townsville Fire in double figures tonight. Chloe Forster, who Alex mentioned in her interview, off the bench as well, all coming in the opening half to set the tone. Fowler with the 14, Froling with the 12, and Milasoa, the top scorer tonight, 18 points and a couple of rebounds, and she's downstairs with Laura.
Well, Mila, before the game, I said I loved watching you shoot and warm up, and you said, I'm a bit off tonight. If 18 points is a bit off, that's ridiculous.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, I just had to get the eye in, and once the game starts, it starts. But you know, my teammates found me. We're back to playing how we play. So yeah, it was really good.
And it was such a good team effort. We were just chatting how the ball movement, you really don't know who's going to be open, but you always get the extra pass.
Yeah, I think that's like our team identity, and you know, we came back to it in this game today, so I think, yeah, we're really proud of that, and like everyone's ready on the floor, so yeah, whoever goes to that extra pass, they're ready to knock it down, so yeah, really good team effort.
And at the start of the game, you got 2 quick fouls and you came off the court and you were not happy. What did you say to Shannon?
Oh, honestly, yeah, I probably don't agree with the fouls. I was like, oh my gosh, well, my hand's not up. But yeah, just had to compose myself and just be ready because, yeah, I knew I was coming back in the second. So just had to stay in the game, even though I wanted to be out on the floor. But yeah, my teammates covered that though. They did a great job of staying engaged, yeah. And you get to go home now and you're playing against Geelong. It's a pretty quick turnaround. How will the next couple of days look? Yeah, so super quick turnaround, leave tomorrow bright and early, and yeah, I think recovery is going to be essential, and then just probably looking at scout, maybe a light run through, and then we're on again. So yeah, I think bringing this energy and how we play tonight over to Geelong, yeah, that'll be good. Well, brilliant game today. Great start to the new year, and good luck for the rest of the season. Oh, thanks, appreciate it. Happy New Year.
Thanks to Laura and Mila. Great game from her tonight with the 18 points. As we keep mentioning, our weapons all over the court. Mila is definitely one of them. We love the way she goes about it, Larissa.
Oh, we've mentioned it a few times tonight. Absolutely beautiful textbook shooter. Such a quick release. I think she's about 0.3 below her average, so not quite good enough by Mila tonight. So, but I used to find, and players say that a lot, that they're not feeling it in the warm-up, and then they absolutely light it up through the game. It happens a lot. So, great game by her, and she's just having a fantastic season all round.
Certainly has. She's been performing beautifully the last few weeks as well. 26 points, 17 points, 21 points, 12, 16 and 18 again tonight. So she really is finding her form at the right time of the year. But let's head back down and soak up more of the atmosphere with Laura, who is with one of the bright sparks for Townsville Fire tonight. Chloe Forster off the bench, 12 points. What a night for her. Laura, take it away.
Well, Chloe, what a great game. I was talking to your coach, Shannon, before the game, and he mentioned you and how he just, with injuries, he wants you to give you confidence, and you went out there and you just looked like you belonged. How do you feel?
No, I'm feeling really good. This whole season has just been really fun, and playing under Shannon and with these girls has honestly just been a blast. So yeah, I'm loving every second of it, and in moments like this, you know, it's really fun to be out there on the court with the girls.
And the broadcast team were talking about the fact that you've had injuries, but because you do have such a stacked side, next person up, and you're really producing that after probably what you were disappointed in the New Year's Eve game?
Yeah, I mean, definitely that New Year's Eve game was pretty tough, and obviously we would have loved to, you know, be rolling into this year with a win. But yeah, like you said, we are so deep, and it's you know, it's just next game mentality, next play mentality. I think we do that really well.
And what are your New Year's resolutions with your goals? And obviously you're having a great start with basketball, but is there anything that you sort of set for yourself at the start of the year?
I think Shannon's given me a few things that he wants me to work on. Obviously I've signed a 2-year deal here at Townsville. So thinking like long term, I want to be a part of this team for a long time. Like, I'm really happy and I'm really loving it. So I think just putting the things that he's told me to work on, just doing that, you know, daily, you know, a little daily vitamins, daily deposits, and just stacking days, so then, you know, I can come back next year and hopefully be a little bit more involved like tonight, yeah, every game.
Well, you've had a great start to the season. It was fun to watch tonight, and, you know, you've got a game in 2 days, but good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you, appreciate it.
A player to watch indeed has come through the WA pathway. She's a former Perth Lynx development player and made her WNBL debut a few seasons ago. Signed with Townsville this season, and she had a great game today. And Shannon Seaborn certainly knows how to find them, doesn't he?
He certainly does, and you know, I have no doubt that we're going to see more of her over the coming games and also into next season. As we heard, she's on a 2-year deal, so Townsville do like to develop these players that come in, and she's just, you know, stepped in and showed us exactly what she's been doing, you know, probably in training all season, and it was great to see.
She saw an opportunity tonight and she took it. They're down a couple of players.
But no worries for the Townsville Fire. Great to see the next generation of basketballers in South Australia and basketball fans getting their autographs with their favourite players here at the South Australia State Basketball Centre. They love supporting their local team. But don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap up this contest on the other side of the break. See you soon.
Townsville Fire bounce back to the winners list in style tonight. They take down the Adelaide Lightning 83-69. Some more impressive shooting. The depth was tested tonight, but they covered it well against the Adelaide Lightning and bounced back from a loss against Bendigo on New Year's Eve. Jess Webster with you alongside Larissa Anderson and Rachel Jarry as we take a look at the match stats. What are your key takeaways from tonight, Larissa?
Oh, look, I think Adelaide, we discussed how they needed to leave everything out there tonight, that they've been inconsistent. I think they would be really disappointed with that today. I mean, I know that they'll feel like they finished the game okay, but really Townsville were rotating their bench through at the end there and it really took their foot off the pedal. Adelaide just weren't consistent at all at either end of the floor tonight. Defensively just went missing and they just weren't executing offensively. So I think overall, I hate to say it, but I think that was disappointing from Adelaide.
Adelaide, they trailed by 6 points at quarter time, so they started well, they finished well, 27 points to 16 in that final quarter. So they bookended the match with some nice pieces of play, Rach, but how do you fix that consistency? We know it's been an issue for them all season, but what can they do at training or in games to try and get a little bit more consistency?
Well, it's a mindset and you've got to have little goals within games that you're working to, but you know, too often that there'd be possession after possession where they're just getting nothing out of it, whether it's defensively or offensively. So you've got to be able to come together as a group. We know that they are young, but they've got to find a way to have leaders and have a voice and be able to come together and go, this isn't good enough. We need to execute down the next time down the floor.
And it doesn't get any easier for them. They take on Perth away next week. So another big test for them as you take a look at some of the highlights from tonight. Larissa, would you be concerned if you're Townsville with that final quarter?
No, not at all. I mean, I think Fowler mentioned that they would prefer not to finish that way, but they were starting to rotate. They've had a big few days off the back of New Year's Eve game, so I think they were very impressive tonight. I think they could have done a bit better in that fourth quarter, but Adelaide kept their main group out there right till the end to try and redeem that a little bit, and they rotated a bit, so I wouldn't read too much into it.
Who will impress you tonight from the Fire?
Just their depth. I think the girls said it in spades after the game that they executed beautifully. They moved the ball. They had 4 double-figure scorers, but they almost had 6 with Alice and Olsen also almost scoring in double figures, and that's 2 players that are very capable of scoring in their own right. So I just love that they don't care who scores as long as they get it done and they're all ready to go. It's really lovely to watch.
In your mind, Rach, do you still feel like Townsville are definitely a contender this year? No Courtney Woods, no Lauren Cox for the rest of the season, but they will get Courtney Woods back. But do you still think they are a challenger?
Oh, absolutely. We saw earlier today that anything can happen still in this season, but, you know, they are so good at executing. We saw them be able to, you know, get some of their flow back today and be able to move the ball, find open shooters, and like you said, Riss, play as a team, have so many contributors. It's just so hard to guard, so they're certainly in the mix.
They've got some young guns, they've got some experienced heads as well. They're very well balanced at Townsville Fire. One of their best players tonight was Alicia Froling. Let's take a closer look at some of her highlights. She had the 12 points tonight. And what do you like the most about the way she goes about her basketball?
I think I like how she exposes the slower big. She really attacked Fagan tonight. You can see Tofiano there. Whoever she's got on her, they isolate her. She backs herself. She's just an agile big that gets it done up both ends. She works hard on the rebound. She runs the floor really well. She just works really hard. You mentioned her being competitive. You don't get more competitive than Alicia Froling. Maybe her sister, I don't know. But yeah, we love how competitive she is. She leaves everything out there.
You'd love to have an Alicia Froling in every side that you play with, wouldn't you, Rach?
Absolutely. She is someone that you certainly want to play with and don't want to be playing against, but she's just been so efficient for them this season. She's sort of changed roles within games, game to game, and just doing whatever is needed from her for the team to win. And, you know, it's so impressive. It's just an evolution of her game. She's a veteran now. She's playing so maturely, and it's been great to see.
One of the highlights for the Adelaide Lightning tonight, another wonderful performance from their captain, Steph Talbot. She finished with the 19 points and 6 rebounds as well. These are some of her highlights from tonight. She started the first quarter well. She probably had a down patch during the middle quarters and then finished really strongly, but her leadership just always shines.
It does, and she didn't stop playing the whole game. You can see the body language through the game. When she was looking up at the scoreboard at one point thinking, oh, not again, like she spoke about before the game. But credit to her, she didn't stop playing the whole game. Just defensively and offensively, I would love to see her just really stranglehold the game a little bit more. I know she's capable of doing it. She's playing big minutes with a young team. It would be very challenging. They are rebuilding, obviously, in Adelaide, but she did have a really strong game.
It's a tough year to captain a side. You've got injuries, you've got a change of coach, you've got many things kind of going against you at the moment. Rach, what do you think Adelaide will be hoping to get out of the run home?
Well, like you said, they've had so much adversity, but they do need to find some consistency and some momentum going into the rest of the season. You know, finals may be out of the question now, but they've got to just find a way to play together, stay positive, finish off the season strong, because you want to have that good culture, that good feeling going into an off season where you're then trying to recruit players that you want to come to your club, but also to keep the players that you want to keep. So it is super important to keep the vibes high and to play together and not let the season just peter out into nothing.
Let's take a look at the Bunnings Warehouse ladder and see the state of play at this stage of the season. We're in round 12 at the moment. So Bendigo, they're on a 10-game winning streak. They've got first position at the moment, but this is where it gets super interesting. The Fire and Perth locked in that battle for top 2. How important is it in this competition to finish top 2?
Well, it's probably even more important to finish top because you don't want to be in that 2 versus 3 series going into the first round of finals. So The head-to-head between those top 3 teams is all still up for grabs, so we've got that to look forward to, and that's going to play such a huge role in who finishes where. So I think, you know, Perth dropping that game earlier today to not one of those 3 is a big loss for them.
Another subplot to the season is the race for 4th between probably the Flyers and the Caps. Coming up tomorrow night, Sydney Flames are facing arguably the toughest test in the competition at the moment. They take on the Bendigo Spirit. And Sydney are another team that, you know, want to find some positives in the back end of the season. They will try and challenge the Bendigo Spirit, who are looking for 11 in a row. Did you see that at any point during this season, that they would be on top of the ladder on a 10-game winning streak?
You have to give them so much credit. They are playing such a beautiful team brand of basketball together, led by Kelsey Griffin, who is just getting more and more impressive as her career goes on. She's so good. But everyone remember, it's a Monday night game, so tune in tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Still plenty more basketball to be had. Townsville Fire, they're back in action too on Tuesday night. They will host Geelong to close out round 5. Tonight, they were strong 14-point winners over the Adelaide Lightning. Thanks for your company. Good night.